So, in console gaming, post the N64 era, there has been a debate between 30 or 60 FPS. I say after the N64 era because the N64, for the most part, didn't run games at 30 FPS. You get things like GoldenEye that ran at sort of 15, 16, and down to like 6 or 7 in its 4-player split screen, and that's just hardware limitations for the day. But the 30 versus 60 FPS argument, which is still valid to this day, there are still games coming out at 30 FPS, there are games that are coming out at 60 FPS, seems a tad redundant to me. Now, the footage you see in the background is 60 FPS Halo Reach, which to some of you might look really weird, and to others might look amazing. And it's not really 60 FPS, it's frame blended from 30 FPS, so it's about as close to 60 FPS Halo Reach as we're going to get outside of some sort of PC build. Which I would be totally up for, by the way. 343, I know you don't really own the rights to it, but if you can do 1080 60 FPS of the old Halo games, Halo 1, 2, 3, and 4, can we please get a PC release of Halo Reach? That would be absolutely awesome. But that's slightly off topic. The footage behind, as I said, is 60 FPS, and in my opinion, 60 FPS is where games should aim for. It's not a case of visual fidelity. A lot of people will say, oh, but if you lose the frame rate, you get better graphics. Especially in shooters, I don't think that's acceptable. Personally, I feel, and especially when I've been playing Halo Reach recently, which I've been sort of getting back into, it feels a lot more sluggish. It feels like I'm trying to spin my character through custard. It feels like he's wading through custard when I try and move him around the map. It's not fluid, it's not smooth. Especially Halo Reach on the Xbox One, which can barely hold a stable 30 FPS. Now, it's gotten better since release, don't get me wrong. There was an update just after I came back from EGX, which has improved the frame rate dramatically. But it's still not there yet. And what I would like to see, rather than just backwards compatibility, is 343 take some time to not remaster the game, not make an anniversary version, but at least just scale it up so that it runs at 1080-60 on the new hardware, because the Halo Reach engine is just a modified version of the Halo 3 engine at the end of the day, and there's a lot of similarities between them, and it wouldn't be too much effort given that they've already ported the Halo 3 engine. It would be mostly minor tweaks. Of course, they'd probably report the whole thing because that would be easier than just, taking the engine and putting the Reach assets into it. But they have the experience, they've done it before. And so long as they did it well, a lot of the older Halo fans that enjoy Reach, and even some of the newer Halo fans that enjoy Reach, would get 343 back in their good books, or at least start getting them back in their good books. And at the moment, 343 to a lot of fans are not doing that well. And this is a small, relatively low effort compared to making a full new Halo game. It's a decent way for them to start bringing back some of the fans that left at Reach. Because Reach is one of the most popular backwards compatible games on the Xbox One. And I know a lot of people that won't play it on the Xbox One because it doesn't work properly. It doesn't run as well as they'd like it to. And that's one of the main reasons a lot of people I know still own 360s. There's a dude across the hall from me who has a 360 for the sole purpose of Halo Reach. And that's not moving people to their latest console. It goes against everything Microsoft wants. Sure, they added it as backwards compatibility, but if it doesn't work as well as the standard console, people will play it on the standard console because they want the best experience possible. Now, it's still 30 FPS on the Xbox 360, but it stays at 30 FPS. It's locked. And while I dislike 30 FPS, I'd rather it be a solid 30 FPS than dipping down to, I think the lowest I've seen with Halo Reach is about 18 or 19 FPS. That's in my opinion, borderline unplayable. I mean, 30 FPS to me is almost unplayable. But then again, I'm a PC gamer. I come from Counter-Strike, where I play the game at 144Hz on a 144Hz monitor. And it just feels like I'm not getting the full experience. My aim feels sluggish, my movement feels sluggish, everything just feels really slow. And if they were to make a 60 FPS Halo Reach, I would be happy at least. And I know that a lot of other people would be happy as well. Do you guys like Halo Reach in 30 FPS, or would you prefer it in 60? If you've got a comment, leave it in the comment section down below. And remember, stay classy.